Hey guys, what's going on? Insidious Swede back again here for another YouTube video, and today we are doing a unboxing of sorts. Inside this Right Stuf package I have the, well, amongst other things, the Death Note All-in-One Edition. Now, originally I was very hesitant to pick up the Death Note All-in-One Edition. For one, I thought it was a bit pricey for just an ginormous book that didn't seem to have a ton of quality behind it. And I mean, I've bought the series two separate times. I bought the single volumes originally, and then I bought the 2-in-1. So now we have the 12-in-1 edition, if you will, where the entire series of Death Note is encapsulated inside one single volume. And honestly, I am very curious to see what this is all about. I've seen pictures of it, but I've never actually seen like any video, so I don't know how well the spine's gonna hold up. I heard something about them using like a special kind of spine to keep it from breaking. Like they understand that it's way too many pages for a simple book, but they somehow use a special spine which should hopefully keep its constitution. Now this thing, I did not realize they're going to have such tight tape on here. If so, I probably would have cut it off camera. But let's see if I can break open into this box really quick. Now, I'm going to try to hide the other manga in here. I want to save that, of course, for the manga haul video, but if we happen to see a couple volumes, it's not a big deal. I picked up all of this stuff off of the recent Right Stuf order where they were having a sale. I think I called it like a back-to-school sale or something like that, and it was up to 32% off of everything that was in stock, and that included the all-in-one edition, which I was like, again, I was even on the fence about it about a week ago, but ultimately, obviously, as you can see, I decided to pick it up, and this thing is not wanting to open. It might be easier if I just take this out really quick, guys, so give me like 1 second and I'll open up the entire box. That'll be a lot easier. Alright, so instead of doing that on the ground, I figured it'd be a lot easier to bring it up here onto the shelf and take a better look at it. So here it is, the Death Note All-in-One Edition, 2,400 pages long, apparently with some epilogue chapter never before seen, because that's gonna sell more copies, right? And I'm surprised at the size of this because I couldn't really have like any comparisons, but it's a lot smaller than I thought. I just grabbed a random volume here to compare. So if you look at a standard single volume of manga, there's definitely a size difference. It's even a lot thinner and not as tall, but of course, plenty thick enough. It's kind of interesting they decided to go with, I'd almost call it like a Bible edition, really small and compact, and I'm assuming the pages are going to be of same quality. But let's cut open into this. I lost my better knife, so we're going to have to use some scissors here. If I can even get inside, there you go. So let's open this up, take a look at it. Yeah, again, this thing just really has me intrigued to see if it's well made or just kind of more of a gimmick item. That I'm still trying to figure out. So the first thing that obviously is not going to come with your edition if you decide to buy it is that nice dent down there, as you can see. I saw that, got kind of angry, and then realized it's not that big of a deal, but that is a bit unfortunate. I know Right Stuf packages it well, but I guess you can't help it when some postman or whoever it was drops a box on its corner. That sometimes is inevitable. But yeah, this thing, it feels nice in the hand. It's definitely a brick, but let's open this up, take the slipcover off really quick here, and take a look at the spine one more. As you can see, it already has like a natural curve to it, but not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. As you can see here, that is the back cover. This is the front. Nice artwork, if you ask me. That's pretty nice. And let's just flip through it a little bit. So looks like you have some color pages here in the front or something. Not color pages, but and this is some weird paper quality. I don't even know what you'd call this. It's like it has like a thin layer of plastic, or maybe it just is plastic. I'm not entirely sure. That's interesting. And getting into the actual book, yeah, there's like a weird plasticky feel to this paper, which definitely was not expected. It's like, I have no idea how to describe it. It's very interesting. Just taking a look at the book, Looks like it's pretty good quality. Of course, there's going to be plenty of bleeding. As you can see, whenever there's going to be some white space, you're going to be able to see right through the book. It might be hard to pick up on camera, but it's very, very evident here in person, so that's definitely a flaw. Of course, though, I don't think anybody was expecting there not to be bleeding, considering the size of this book. And I don't know, I think it's all right. The pages are a bit plasticky. The ink quality, although looks nice, it's really no different from your standard volumes. So if this is something that you're thinking about for an upgrade, and you already have either the 2-in-1s or the single volumes, I'd say this is not that. This is not an upgrade, but if you're thinking for like a travel companion manga series, maybe you're going on a trip and want to bring a series with you, but don't want to stack, 12 volumes into a suitcase, this is not a terrible option. But the final thing I want to take a look at is the spine. Let's see how that holds up. So of course you're going to get bent when you open the pages, but my curiosity lies if it'll fall back into place. So let's just do a little bit of this. Let's hold the book up so you can't see any spoilers, but looks like it bends pretty well. You're not going to get a ton of gutter loss. It opens up very nicely. That's a positive. And looks like it folds back into place pretty well. I'm assuming if you're spending, a couple of hours holding it open, reading it, you're going to get more of a crease than you're going to see here in just me holding the book open for a couple of seconds. But the spine, not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It is glued, as you can see there, which is never a positive if you know anything about binding. You'd rather have it stitched, but I can't say that it's terrible. So overall, it's more of a gimmick. Now that I'm holding it in my hands, taking a look at it, it is practical. The pages, they're readable, although the bleeding is very evident. It's not like impossible to read or anything, and it looks pretty nice, when it's all said and done. And also, if you can get it for about $20 to $25, I'd say it's more than worth it, especially if you don't own the manga. Death Note is an absolute classic series, one of the best manga series of all time, in my opinion. And this is not a terrible edition, but I'll be honest, it's not something that I hope becomes a trend. Printing out entire series in single volumes like this. But I think my final thoughts on it could be, I was expecting it to be a lot worse than it actually is. It is really hard to tell just how plasticky the paper looks from a camera, but definitely keep that in mind as well. The paper looks a lot more plasticky than I thought. I thought it was going to be just kind of thin, kind of rough paper, but no, it's the complete opposite. But yeah, that is the Death Note all-in-one edition. I'm sure a lot of you were kind of expecting this. I don't think anybody was out there saying, wow, this video has completely changed my mind on the all-in-one edition. But if you're still interested in it, I'd say I'd pick it up again if you don't have the manga. If you do, you might want to pass, especially because 25 bucks can go for something else that you do not own. But I especially wanted to get it for the YouTube channel so you guys could take a look at it and get an idea for yourself. But yeah, that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. The front artwork is that's actually really good. I have to say, I'm a big fan of how this book displays. But yeah, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Let me know what you think about this book in the comments. Are you happy to see it out? Are you picking it up, or are you more on the fence of it's more gimmicky than anything else? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. But until next time, my name is Insidious Sweet. Take care.